What's on your Belichick list for the Jets D against Josh Allen and the Bills?
Well, the Jets got a really good defense. You know, Coach Slaw's done a great job there for the last 3 years, and now Coach Ulbricht's taking it over. So, big thing is stop the outside runs and the quarterback runs. I don't think Buffalo's going to make much running inside on Williams and Mosley. And then stop the outside runs. Don't let Allen out of the pocket, especially scrambling to his right, the defensive left. And do a good job on third down in the red area. Buffalo's going to get into the red area. Big key for the Jets to be to keep them out of the end zone.
No doubt. Coach, obviously big news with the outside runs. Yeah, first play.
Yeah,
first
outside
play
run right there.
Outside run. I think they were trying to run it inside. They popped it out. Sauce didn't make the tackle. I didn't say he was a great tackler. I said he's a great cover guy. But obviously, Coach, a lot of big news this week with the Jets moving on from Coach Saleh and going with Jeff Ulbrich. And, obviously, we heard you talk about it with Peyton on the breakdown and on your coach podcast this week. When an organization goes from interim head coach so early in the season, what really changes and what doesn't change?
Well, I don't think much will change on defense. I think that Coach Ulbrich will run what they've been running, and they've had a lot of success with it. They've been one of the best defensive teams in the league in the last 3 years. We'll see how it goes offensively. With the offensive play calling and the coordinator, however exactly that's working out. But I don't think the defense is going to change at all. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough day running inside there. I mean, you got to run them to keep the Jets defense honest, but Williams, Mosley, Buffalo's offensive line's just okay in there. So I think quick passes and outside runs, quarterback runs, and then it's really the extended plays. Those are the hardest thing with Josh Allen. When he extends the play, he's got the ability to run the ball, and he's got a tremendous arm. He can zip it as well as anybody. He's got a lot of fastballs there, and he can thread the needle.
And obviously, Coach, I mean, he has so much success when he gets off script and he has some of those scramble plays. As a defense, I mean, how do you I know you say you want to keep that from happening, but how do you stop a guy from just holding on to it, buying time, moving around? It's like, hey, we've done our job, we covered everybody, and now we got to contain him. How do you coach that? Yeah,
well, practice it as much as you can. Get a scrambling quarterback out there. It's mainly the defensive left end. He has to do a great job of not running past the quarterback or going underneath. Try to get to the same level as the quarterback, and then when Allen steps up, then the end needs to step up too. But that last play they ran, Kinlaw really looked like he was on roller skates there going backwards. That was a good-looking play that Buffalo had. Jets got to eliminate those inside runs. They can't let them do that.
Hey, Bill, it seems like Josh is at his best in the red zone. He tends to run a little more down here. Yeah. If you're the Jets D, what do you do down here inside the 20?
I'd put somebody on him. I would put somebody on him, both for the running game and the scramble game. A lot of the runs are counters and sweeps, and then he has the ability to keep it and go out the backside. So you better make sure you have somebody on that guy. He's really dangerous down there in the red area. Good play there by Mosley.
Hey, Bill, you surprised the running game is as effective to start for the Bills without Cook playing?
Yeah, again, I think as long as the Buffalo can get the ball outside, into the C gap and outside, kind of the same thing we talked about with the 49ers, quick passes, and then pick their spots down the field on play action. But Buffalo looks like they're ready to go. Kincaid had a good tough run on that first catch. Lit a couple tacklers up, and they're running hard here.
Good cut.
Man, that doesn't look like the Jets' defense right there. They got to play better than that. Man, that's a good inside run.
A big hole right there.
That's just old school ball right there. Nothing. Josh Allen, he's just handing off and watching. He has the best view in the house. Just watch your running back go downhill, sneak.
Sneak. Oh, it's a little push. It's a little tush. It's semi-version tush push.
Yeah.
Running back.
What's the penalty? Illegal formation, not set.
They didn't have enough guys on the ball, Paid. That receiver was off the ball.
Bill, what are we doing, Bill?
Yeah.
Bill, you love when that happened, right? I mean, you're not cussing at all, right? You're just clapping and saying, good job, good drive. Very positive.
Illegal formation offense.
Yeah.
Number 79.
But you know what? You know better than anybody, Peyton. Those are the mistakes. Those are the unforced errors that you beat yourself on. That play by Buffalo had nothing to do with the Jets' defense. Them just not being able to line up properly. You just got to eliminate those mistakes. They're self-inflicted.
I mean, if I'm Buffalo, Eli, if I'm their offensive line, I am more determined than ever to get this ball into the end zone. Just a mental error. We have got to find a way to get a touchdown. If the Jets make the Bills settle for 3 here, I can't tell you how significant that is.
Too easy.
Do that. Just do that.
All right, how about we get lined up right now and then run the same quarterback sneak? I think we're going to see this a repeat.
I kind of always liked, as a quarterback, Eli, I didn't do a lot of quarterback sneaks, but still before you sneak it, just taking a little peek out to each side to be sure we're lined up correctly.
Yeah, that's where he's going.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where he's going.
There you go.
Allen's one of the best sneakers in the league, and that's what he does. He'll go over the middle if it's there, and if everybody's over the center, then he'll take it out into the guard tackle gap or even wider if he has to.
They knew it was coming.
Yeah, that's
great drive.
Good drive,
really
right
good
there.
drive. Yeah, most of it on the ground.
That's what they needed. That's what they needed right there. They've been struggling offensively. Josh, a little confidence. Hey, let's just go run the ball. It's good for the offensive line. That'll open up some things later on.
Absolutely. Yeah, the play action game now, even the play action, you can still throw those things on time with a good fake, setting your feet, coming back. There should be some, wide open guys on some crossing routes if you're running the ball downhill like that.
Yeah, I think we need to have a little talk with that Jets front over there on the sideline.
What are you saying, Coach? What are you giving them?
Well, the first thing I'd do is tell Kinlaw to play lower and not stand up. I mean, they walked him off the ball on that cutback run, the first one. I think I'd start with that.
Let's talk about something Aaron Rodgers is really good at. It's the back shoulder fade. Let me explain it. We're calling the fade route. We're trying to go by the corner. Marvin Harrison hated the back shoulder fade because he said, I can go by him. I can go deep on him. So we're trying to go by the defender. Here you see Brandon. He is past Scott, which is not saying much. Scott is slow, unathletic, and pale. So when the receiver is by the corner, you throw it over the defender, over the receiver's shoulder. Scott, get out. You're benched. Now, you bring in a good cover corner like Mosley. Stokely can't get past Mosley. Now's the time to do the back shoulder. You throw it to Brandon's back shoulder. The ball runs the route for the receiver. The ball tells Brandon when to turn. You throw it on the back shoulder. Now Brandon turns. That's when you throw the back shoulder. One thing you don't do, though, the corner turns around. When the corner has vision on the quarterback, you don't throw the back shoulder because they're going to intercept it and they're going to talk trash to their dad. They're going to tell all their friends they intercepted their dad. It's bad. Aaron did that against Minnesota. So when to throw the back shoulder is when the receiver can't get past the defender. If Scott's guarding you, Scott, get back in one more time. If Scott's guarding, once again, you don't want a back shoulder because he'll be in the way, right? So, that was a bad example, right?
You tried to hit him in the head and you missed.
Those things can happen. Those things can happen. So Aaron's one of the best at it. Scott is a bad corner, Bill. You do not want Scott playing for your team. Trust me.
Yeah, he's throwing over the top on him.
Yeah.
All day.
We actually, with Plaxico Burress, we called the fade stop. We called it in the huddle and then adjusted. If we beat him, we'll throw over the top. But we went in. It was on a back shoulder. I'm going to throw it high to you. It's a little different.
Yeah. I mean, literally, Marvin used to get insulted. He said, don't back shoulder me. I can get by him. So, but I don't like calling the fade stop. I like calling the go. I think Aaron calls the go. We're trying to get by the defender, and then we throw it behind him if we can't get by him. I would imagine that's still got to be in the offense, Eli. I don't think Todd Downing was taking that out.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And that's throwing a go route. That's hitting your guy, Wilson. Yeah, if he'd have happened done to win, there, look at this. Both teams getting the run game going early. It's a windy day here, Pate, also. It's not perfect conditions to throw the football. I've already seen a few trash bags kind of floating around on the field. So, I mean, I know that's a pass, but that's like a run. That's a modified run right there, just getting the ball outside. You got linemen downfield. You got tight ends blocking.
Hey, Bill, what's on your Belichick list for this Bills defense?
Well, number one, above all else, do not underestimate Aaron Rodgers. That's number one. But it's the big three. It's Rodgers, Hall, and Wilson. And those are the kind of off-script plays that Rodgers is always good at. Tackling. Buffalo's just got to improve their tackling. It looks like a screen, and then Rodgers just came off it. It was covered. He came off it and dumped it off to the tight end. Buffalo's got to improve their tackling.
That's a screen to the running back right there, and he just scrambles kind of out there. Tight end, he was not an option. There was no option 2 on this screen. That's just total improv right there.
Yeah. Number 2, no big plays. Number 3, play tight coverage. Don't give Rodgers any easy throws. Get on these receivers tight, match them in zone, and play some man-to-man.
And Bill, we talked about it earlier that Minnesota got home on a big blitz. Denver got home on a blitz. Do you see Buffalo incorporating, playing copycat, and putting some of those all-out blitz cover zero defenses against the Jets tonight?
Only in the red area. That's not their thing. Buffalo does what they do. They're a blitz zone team, and they'll definitely mix those in. But I don't see them doing that out in the field. That's just not really their style unless it got desperate. I think they'll stick with what they've got and try not to give up any big plays to this offense. Make them drive it, make them convert third down. They got to get them in some long yardage situations, and if the Jets can keep it from being long yardage, that's where Rodgers gets you.
Coach, you said the Bills need to play tight coverage. Don't give Rodgers any easy completions. I mean, I used to love when, I had a defensive back that was sitting off 7-8 yards. You could throw a hitch route. You could throw a comeback. I mean, why don't more teams, play tight coverage and play press man and make it hard for the quarterback to get completions?
Well, because it's hard for the defense to do that. You got to deal with all the things you guys do: picks, rub routes, condensed formations, crossers, and then when you try to match them out of zone and just match the routes, that can get tricky too with a lot of formations and just different. This is bad tackling. This is what Buffalo needs to improve on right there, is their tackling. They got to get Hall and Wilson on the ground, or Allen, whoever the running back is. They got to get them on the ground. This is just, they got a shot at them right there and just can't make the play.
And, Bill, that's just good old fundamentals. I mean, wrap up, day one training camp teaching?
Certainly it comes with, speed, strength, and explosion defensively. But, tackling's a basic fundamental that every defensive player, has to learn and be good at. Getting a guy on the ground with the ball, that's what defensive football is. That was Coach Parcells. That was his trademark. If they can't tackle, we don't want them on defense. Not a bad way. I mean, there's a place for a cover corner, don't get me wrong, but other than that, red area, this is big right here. This is really big. Buffalo, this is where they might come after them, but this is where Buffalo does play tight coverage down here, and Aaron's good.
Okay. Throw it away. Oh, no, tip.
No interference on a tip ball. Lazard didn't know his tip.
No interference on a tip pass, right? No interference.
Pretty good coverage by DeMar Hamlin right there. They've been trying to get the tight end in the old, fake 37, tight end in the flat. DeMar covered it well. Bill, I'm trying to put that petition to ban block passes to the line of scrimmage. You'll sign that for me, right? You don't like deflected passes.
Well, I mean, I'd love to put those tennis rackets up there in 7-on-7. We had somebody in front of the quarterback.
Oh,
there it is.
He's so good at that. Did he bobble it? He's so good at that.
Is
he in or out?
I think his feet look like they're in.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. 4th down.
That's a touchdown.
Looks like
He's in.
A heck of a
Touchdown.
catch.
It's a
Heck of a throw by Aaron.
He's standing right in front of him, too.
Yeah, he's got that foot hit before the knee, right? That's the only question. What hit first, that right foot or the right knee?
Both feet.
But yeah,
Both feet.
It's easy.
That's a touchdown.
That's
Great catch. I mean, the arm angle for Aaron to make that throw.
Before the challenge flag, via replay assistance, it was determined that it was a touchdown.
There you go. That was quick. Oh, he's fired up.
Yeah, the back judge blew it, but the replay saved him.
They still have both their original challenges remaining.
Those are the
Nice.
plays
Aaron
that make
doesn't-
Aaron Rodgers right there.
He's thrown so many touchdowns off, talk about off script, just scrambling around there. Watch these guys move for him. He's moving.
Terrible pass
These
rush.
guys, yeah.
Just can't give him that much time. Good drive for Rodgers. Looks like he's ready to go tonight.
Good mix, right, Eli? Run game, play action. He's getting the ball out of his hands. Did he miss that? The wind just blew that one. Ooh.
Close. It's close. That wind's going to play a factor. All right, we got a football game. I like some action. We got some scoring. It's your type of game, Pate.
All right, welcome back. It's going to be an offensive shootout tonight. Hey, Bill, you like some of these things the Bills were doing in the inside running game?
Well, yeah, the Jets, this is Quincy 56 coming inside of the guard, and Sherwood's trying to get over the top 44. He's in there for Mosley, and the right guard does a nice job here coming upfield and riding Sherwood past the hole. It's a nice block by Torrance. Osiris Torrance right there. Covers up Sherwood. Quincy comes inside. I mean, that's too big of a hole. That's all the way to the free safety. Jets got to get this inside running game straightened out. Yeah, this is Kinlaw here on the right. Brown's taking him like 6 yards downfield. I mean, free safety is making too many tackles. So we'll see if Coach Ulbrich can get that straightened out here.
Yeah, C.J. Mosley was back, right? He was back. I saw him in there a little bit. He's been the captain. He's missed the last 3 games.
Go away. Go away.
There you go. Good decision there.
That's a great play. That's a great play. That's what he has not been doing as much the last 2 weeks. They tried to go quick game. They tried to get it out of his hands quickly. I like that. He scrambled, and he likes to go to the right, Bill. But he makes some of these great throws, but he also has thrown a couple up that have been dropped by the linebackers. I like that throwaway right there. Take this 2nd and 10 all day. Bill, he likes to go to the right. How do you keep him from going to the right if you're the Jets?
Yeah, that left defensive end's got to keep him inside. If he steps up, then the end's got to step up in there with him. Okay, we got 3rd and 6 here. Yeah, it's up to the end, and look, he needs help inside, but it's up to the end to keep him inside and make him, if he's going to get to outside, make him go deep and give ground to get to the corner. Don't let him go up underneath, and then, he's got a run or pass option.
Not a lot of surprises right here, Eli, probably on 3rd down, right? I mean, you got to expect some kind of man coverage. And Josh just talked about his receivers have got to win with physical routes, right? Go routes, stop routes, slant routes. You got to be physical with these defenders. Get them off of you, club them, and just win.
Man.
Oh. That's just tight coverage, right? I mean, the guy had a step, enough to get the completion, but enough, tackled right after.
Tight coverage by Reed.
Yeah.
Look at everybody. Everybody's getting their hands on them. There's just not a whole lot of separation right there.
No, can't get open.
I think if he caught it clean, he could have turned up a little bit, maybe fallen for the first. He just didn't catch it clean, Pete.
Josh should have run it on that first play. That throwaway killed him.
You just told me it was a great decision. You said it was an awesome decision. Great play. So good.
Hey, Bill, you played against your share of replacement coaches. I did as well. You and I had the same mentality, Bill. You can't feel sorry for them. You got to sweep the leg. Just like Sensei Kreese told Johnny and Karate Kid, no mercy. Sweep the leg. Eli was 3-2. Eli had a little mercy. Now, we all remember that Daniel LaRusso got up and ended up winning that match. So, Aaron, maybe he wins this match. But we've got to sweep the leg, no mercy. You got that, Eli? No mercy.
Wait. I was not 3-2. 1 year, one of our losses, we had a replacement coach also. So when it's replacement on replacement, I don't think that counts. Flag.
No. Yeah. Replacement on replacement. That's bad football. Please, no Monday Night Football with replacement coach on replacement coach. I like taking a shot right there. I like taking a shot right there.
3-1.
See, Bill, sweep the leg. I sweep the leg. You know, put him in a body bag. I mean, 3-2. Come on, Eli.
You always played against bad teams, it sounded like. You're always getting replaced. I didn't play against as many.
Hey, Bill, I checked those games for you. The majority of those games, just like mine and Eli's, were in December and January. Usually you don't play against a replacement coach in October. I'm just saying.
It's early. It's definitely early.
Offsetting. What do we have? A little offsetting? There's a penalty on the offense. That's a killer. Of holding. But I like the play action, Pate. I like the under center. Illegal formation. Again.
This is an issue though for the Bills. Just team speed, big plays, pass interference over the top. Like that's something they gotta. Just can't give it all up in one play.
Hey, they kind of have right there the safety cut the over route, and they're trying to replace it with that backside corner, and that tight end. He just kind of bit on the play action a little bit. So I can see them coming back to that. If they're running it well, more cover 3, kind of get another version of that, get Wilson on another post route.
Aaron looks like he's moving okay to me, Bill. He's got the ankle. If you're the Bills, do you play him any differently with supposedly a bad ankle?
I wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't. Not unless you saw that he was noticeably favoring it, which I wouldn't say you could see that from this first quarter.
There you go, Johnny.
Problem with that, Mr. Lawrence? No, Sensei. Sweep the leg.
I like that tattoo, Bill. Looks good on the arm.
All right, welcome back. Hey, Bill, in week 1 against the Niners, when the Jets were playing, you mentioned Wilson about 100 times. You just said Wilson, Wilson, Wilson. You sounded like Tom Hanks in Castaway. If you were prepping for the Jets, are you just walking around the building saying his name all week?
Yeah, Wilson, Hall, Rodgers, the big 3. Got to keep the ball out of Wilson's hands. And when they move this guy around, first of all, know where he is. Is he in a slot? Is he outside? Is he singled? You got to take care of him. Wilson, Rodgers, and Hall. It's the big 3.
Pretty good disguise right there. Here's the touchdown. I love this throw by Aaron. I love the fact that Wilson's working toward him, coming from the right into the screen, into Aaron's vision so he can see him. You can tell they've worked on that.
Get on him. Don't lose track of him.
Coach, is it harder to double team a guy if they're moving him around? If he's in the backfield, he's in the slot, he's out wide, does that make it more difficult to get your double teams?
Absolutely. Here he is in the slot. That's the best place to double team him, but I don't think they're going to double him. This looks like a man under 2 deep to me.
Oh, he destroyed him.
I mean,
they
get on him. Now that's Teron Johnson, who's their best cover guy, but I mean, get on him. Just double him.
And that's what they should be doing. Kind of looks like they're playing 2-man to his side, so the inside guy, he should play way inside. Make him run the outbreakers. You got help over the top. You don't have help inside. That's the last thing you do is let him go inside on you.
That's right.
Eli, you can tell Aaron is still doing his famous cadence, right? He's doing a lot of dummy snap counts where he's saying, green 18, sit hut. He's trying to get the defense to tip their hand so he knows what the defense is going to be. Bill, what do you tell your defense when you know a guy's using the hard counts and the dummy cadences to try to get a coverage defense indicator?
Yeah, put on your earmuffs. Watch the ball. Just watch the ball. You know, you can talk to the officials before the game and tell them how bad that the quarterbacks are jerking their hands and jerking their head and trying to get you to jump offside, but they're not going to call that.
Oh, yeah. Nice play right there. Nice play. Hey, Bill, in the breakdown this week, you said the Bills' defense lacks some team speed. How do you adjust to a defense or on the defensive side to not allow big plays when you don't have a whole lot of speed? Does it make a play like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you try to keep them from getting started on that. You know, you saw it in the Ravens game, first play of the game. Henry goes, 90 yards. And when you watch that play, you don't really see anybody really closing on him. I mean, he's fast, but he's not that fast. And there's just nobody on the defense that can really close that space. That's been a problem for Buffalo for the last 4 or 5 years. They got a new set of safeties, but obviously that was a concern for them. You know, they signed a couple guys in the offseason that didn't work out. And so, I think they've tried to address it, but it just hasn't really worked for them. You know, Kareem Jackson and then the other kid got hurt. So, they've tried to address the safety situation and the team speed, but they are what they are right now.
It's that negative play. When you run the ball, you can't lose 6 yards on a run. That just puts you 3rd and 14. They had a screen set up there. Not much going there. So, but move the ball a little bit. Get the ball out of their territory. All right, let's go, Josh. See if they hit something. Oh, got a little flag on the play. You love flags on special teams.
I feel like they don't have to answer to the offense, Bill. It always bothers me that the special teams punt return, kick return doesn't have to come into the offensive meeting and address the fact that they held and caused us to have bad field position. They meet together and they kind of have their own little nest. I want them to have to face the music in the offensive meeting.
We'll work on that.
We're just doing the team meeting. That way everybody gets it. There's no doubt about it.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, Coach, the Jets starting nickel corner, Michael Carter's out for the 2nd straight week. He got hurt last week in warm-ups right before the game. Have you ever lost a player 15 minutes before kickoff before?
I did when I was special teams coach of the Giants. I lost Alvin Garrett down in Atlanta, so we didn't have a punt return in that game. But we were playing the Dolphins, and Linda Mari pulled his hamstring in pregame warmups, and so Wes Welker did the kicking. He kicked off, kicked extra points. I think he kicked a field goal against us. I mean, I had no idea Wes could kick, but he was our backup kicker once he came to the Patriots. But when Mari went out, that changed it, and Welker was the kicker.
Oh, so y'all pretty much signed Wes Welker after that game because of that. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away.
Here we go.
Let me throw it away. Look at that. Look at that catch.
That's why you can't let him out of the pocket.
That's defensive holding, Pate. I just saw it.
They almost kept him in, but they didn't.
It's amazing how late he waits. He gets almost out of bounds, Bill. He's almost over there on the actual bench, and he throws it. He can throw it as far as he wants.
Illegal contact.
But you talked about it, Bill. These safeties, the reason they're called safety is to be a safety and stay deep, and they're not doing it.
Get back. Let him run it. Let him run it and come up and tackle him.
It's a heck of a catch by a running back. Just 50 yards down the field. They're not used to – he didn't have to jump. I don't know why he jumped. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It's a fine line, right, Bill? I mean, you tell him to protect the ball and throw it away, but then he's not making plays like that. So it's a fine line.
Yeah, well, it's a great throw. It's only there's not many guys in the league can make that throw, and he's done it many times.
Offense, number 7, 5-yard penalty.
Keep him in.
So he has to
keep
check
him
down.
in.
That's the thing about Josh. Like, he has that underneath guy. He had the little 6-yard completion. He could have taken that right away. He does not want to take those 6-yard completions early. That is not his style. He is looking for the 15-yarder. Like, I would just be like, all right, hey, they're soft, they're zone. I'll take my 6-yard. We'll move on. Josh is not doing that. He wants to push the ball down the field. And
that's one in practice where, Solomon Thomas is like, yeah, we got him, but nope, didn't have him.
It's just hard to – I'm just worried that that's sustainable all season, that he made some of those plays against Baltimore. He made a few of them against Houston, but there's still a number of plays where our receivers aren't winning and we're not converting those plays. I just don't want that to be the whole basis of our offense.
Well, I don't think it's the basis of the offense, but I think it's as competitive as he is. When he doesn't have it, he just can't let the play go. It's hard for him to let it go, and that got him into trouble early in his career. But to your point, he's done a lot better as he's gone through his career. And tonight, he's actually made a couple of good decisions on that too. But man, this guy can pull the rabbit out of his hat. He's got some amazing plays, scrambles and throws on the run.
Coach, right now they got C.J. Mosley back in the game. He's kind of been in and out a little bit. He's missed the last 3 weeks with an injury. I know you've been impressed with him. What is he like as a player? What does it mean when he's back in that game?
A lot. I think he's one of the best. Looks like he's coming in on their base defense. So he's getting replaced on nickel here, and they're going with Sherwood. Sherwood's done a good job for him this year, stepping in for Mosley. And then when they're in base defense, Mosley comes in and plays the Mike, and then Sherwood and Quincy Williams are the outside linebackers. But I have a ton of respect for Mosley, one of the smartest, best linebackers in the league. He's got great instincts, and he's really a problem. Keep him in the pocket. Oh, man. That's why we always try to have our most disciplined player like Ninkovich, as the left defensive end. Guys like that just, Rob Burnett in Cleveland, just guys that were really disciplined over there. This is, who is this? Right, that was McDonald going inside. Trying to go inside on Brown. And, you get away with it once or twice, but it just won't last against this guy. It just will not last. 3rd and 6, they're on tight formation. Here comes the crossers.
Work the slot.
There they are.
He talked about with Carter out. Eli, they wanted to work inside because Carter wasn't playing. They weren't going to shy away from Reed and Sauce outside, but that was kind of where they were going to try to start from the beginning. And the Jets have struggled with those picks, Bill. We saw on the breakdown show.
Yep.
They struggle with those tight bunch formations.
They do. They're not good against those tight formations, the traffic, communication. And there they get picked. Reed gets picked. He just can't get through it.
And that's why the Bills do that. They get in these little clusters, they get in these bunches, and now you get these rubs. Oh, holding.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hey, Bill, that last 3rd down was the defense that you talked about. It was cover 1 with the spy on Josh. Josh hit that crossing route right behind the spy. So good job there. You could tell Josh watched breakdown. We talked about getting rid of the ball quicker, Eli. You can tell he implemented what Bill and I said into the game plan tonight.
Sure. Well, a good spy would probably try to knock that crosser down and still spy the quarterback. Especially if the quarterback's deep in the pocket, you got enough time to do it. Experienced guy like Mosley would probably knock him down first.
Did you ever have a spy on Peyton, ever?
No, never.
No, we didn't spy Peyton. there was enough other problems to deal with him.
I don't like the fade route here on Sauce. You know, Bill and I talked about it earlier in the season. He's so long, some kind of change of direction on Sauce, but don't like the fade route on the outside on Gardner for sure.
Yeah, watch out for Allen running the ball here. Could be a called run, or it could be a scramble. But watch out for him running in the red area. Gets a playing zone.
Oh, yeah. Gosh. Great concept. They brought Sauce in to cover the tight end. They put the safety on the back. Oh, they got what they wanted.
A lot of times those guys run that little option route. You run to the out. These guys start playing to that. They start playing the out. Starting to undercut it. Runs right by him. That's just it's a tough throw. You got to get up and down quick, Pate. You don't have a whole lot of time to read it, see what his angle is, and still get it up and down. Just overthrew it just a little bit.
Trying to go to the pylon. You're going to have man again here.
Yeah, Jets better keep him in the pocket. Oh, they got a spy on him. They got 2 spies.
Got him. 2 spies.
Got him.
2 spies.
Just kind of faked the fade. Stuck him to the fade. He slipped. Just a straight seam route.
It's a seam route from
well,
the
they beat
5-yard
Davis
line.
twice in a row. He missed them the first time and hit him the second time. Holland's a big, strong kid, too. Get inside there.
But because of Josh Allen, you mentioned 2 spies. There's no middle safety that might have been over there to help on that throw. That's the power of Josh Allen, essentially creating 0 people in the middle of the field.
But you know, Peyton, we watched that on the breakdown, and we saw the free safety. Wow. That looks like my 4-iron, Peyton.
All right. Good answer there by the Bills. Good answer. Ball's in your court, Aaron.
Yikes. All right, Pate, take us to the telestrate and Manning. Let's see what happened on that touchdown.
I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, Eli. We got man-to-man here, man-to-man here, man-to-man here, here, and here. You got 2 guys inside that are spying on Josh Allen. He's responsible if Josh goes this way. He's responsible if he goes that way. There's nobody in the middle of the field. We kind of fake the fade. We go right up here to the seam. There's nobody there. Easy touchdown throw. It's because of Josh Allen's ability to run that the Jets didn't disguise at all. They just lined up right there in the middle of the field with 2 spies, wide open, easy touchdown.
That was too easy. You're not supposed to have touchdowns that easy. Guy running free on a seam route at the 5-yard line. Those are nice to have, though.
You see them. They got 2 spies. They hear Bill saying, don't let them get out to the right. So they brought in an extra spy to keep him from going to the right. There's just nobody. There's nobody in the middle of the field. There was no disguise at all. The fact that they lined up like that is the reason Josh knew about it. Bill, earlier in the season, we saw the Jets kind of disguising to that, bringing a safety down late. That time they just lined up in it. Easy for the quarterback to see.
It looked like, Peyton, that was the adjustment they made against empty to put the 5 DBs on the 5 receivers and let the linebacker spy rather than walk a linebacker out there on the back and drop the free safety from the middle of the field. So I guess that was their adjustment, but Josh read it perfectly and had a great call on. That was easy. Ashlyn Davis gets matched up on a receiver, but it just couldn't cover him.
I mean, I never even had 1 spy. Josh Allen gets 2 spies.
Coach, the Jets are doing, early in the season they had done no motion, not a whole lot of receivers going across the ball. Tonight they're doing a lot of motion, kind of on the snap. Is that hard for the defense to adjust if there's a motion and kind of you're snapping it and the guy's still crossing? Does that change up your assignments on everybody's responsibility?
Yeah, especially not only does it change up the coverage assignments, but you'll also see right here as the motion comes across, it changes the linebacker run fits because Teron Johnson moves into one of those gaps. So that motion affects the running game.
Play flicker.
Oh, no.
My bad, Bill. I didn't mean to interrupt you for a sack. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, no, look, I think it's one of the issues for the Bills. Look, one thing you know about the Bills, they say defensively, we're as good as our defensive line. That's their pride, is their defensive line. And if they're good, then it just feel like Buffalo feels like they're a good defense. And if the defensive line isn't doing it, then they know they're just not going to be real good on defense. So they're as good as their defensive line, and, you know, they showed up on that play. That's a good play by Jones. And, you know, overall, the Jets have struggled on the offensive line, especially in the running game. Wilson.
Eli, that flea flicker was one of those that, if it worked, all your New York media friends, you see, we got more creativity. That's what we needed. You get sacked. Now they're going to say same old, same old.
Looked like Wilson maybe had a read route where he's going to kind of go. If their safeties are not there, hey, he can run the post. If not, he can run it to that speed out. You know, he might have could have thrown the out. Just it's hard. You kind of get back there. You don't know quite the timing of what he's going to run.
I mean, the Bills are used to playing soft, deep coverage. They just stayed deep right there. Got another 3rd and 10. This is what McDermott and 3rd and 15, no. even better. Now you probably just put yourself out of field goal range. The Jets have to have an answer here to get them back into field goal range to tie this game.
Well, that's not it. False start at home. That's not one of the answers.
Yeah. I was wondering, Peyton, you know, they've been doing a lot of that motion with the receivers. If Rodgers can get some of that cadence going with those motions. I know those defense linemen are taught not to watch that, not watch the ball, but when you're timing that cadence with that motion, all of a sudden you get a hard cadence and let them pass. Be a good way for them to get one of those free plays that he always seems to get.
82. This could be a catch and run play to Gibson.
Oh, got him. Wow. Yeah. That's bad ball right there. We've got to get a field goal attempt in that situation. I'd run the ball right there. I'd run it.
Yeah, this has been an issue for the Jets. You know, the tackles, Becton didn't work out. Then they bring in, Smith and Moses this year. I mean, these two guys just cost them on that play. Lucky they didn't get hurt.
I mean, every single receiver was running at least 15 yards there. We don't have to get the first down right there. All we need is about 5 yards at least to get us a field goal attempt.
4th and long.
Now the Jets
have a chance
Jets have a chance for last shot right here, Bill. This is a perfect scenario. Right? We are not in 2-minute offense here, Buffalo. We're huddling. We're taking our time. Maybe after the 2-minute drill, we can go a little no huddle. Take our time.
All right, Pate, we had the Karate Kid reference. This one, we got Matt Patricia on the bottom left. I don't know what he's doing. He's holding the Cobra Kai, but no mercy. We got Kyle Brandt tweeting. I'm at the Bills Jets with my son, getting text that Peyton just compared Belichick to the legend John Kreese. I also see some Terry Silver. Did Belichick at least smile? There you go, Cobra Kai. Look at, there we go. We got Bills team Cobra Kai.
I love the fact that Kyle Brandt is tuning in to us, being a big Bills fan. Terry Silver was in Karate Kid 3, not nearly as good as Karate Kid 1, Kyle, just so you know. Big opportunity here for the Bills here to see if they can sweep the leg on this drive and get the ball to start the second half, Bill.
Yeah, it's going to be a big swing for him. See, I got my T-shirt here, Peyton.
I love it. It looks great. You're all in. You're all in. 2-minute warning. Perfect. And we got 3 timeouts. Perfect. We're golden. We're golden.
When do you like starting the 2-minute? Right? Now? Now is it 2 minutes?
Yeah, maybe. Let me think about that after this break.
Hey, Coach, I love talking about giant Super Bowls that you and I can both celebrate. This is, of course, Super Bowl 25 when you were the Giants DC. This is Scott Norwood going wide right. We just saw Bass kick one wide left, but this gives our Giants a big win for the Super Bowl, and it's actually your game plan that is literally in the Hall of Fame. What do you remember most about that game plan?
Well, you know, they were big on the K-gun offense, and oh no, not letting them out to the right again. Yeah, the game plan really was to, you know, handle the no huddle, the communication, let them throw short in front of us, hit the receivers every time and as many times as we could, and let them run the ball, but just not let the ball, you know, go over the top of us, don't get it thrown over our head. Players really did a great job. They'd beaten us in the regular season in December in New York, and they were big favorites in the game. They just won big the week before in the AFC Championship game. So that was a big win. We kept the ball on offense for over 40 minutes. That was a tremendous game plan.
Oh, lineman.
What's his flag, Pate? It was
lineman downfield. Lineman downfield, or
ball came out pretty quick for a lineman to get downfield.
After replay assistance, it was determined that there is no foul in the play for ineligible man downfield. Third down.
Yeah. That ball came out pretty quick.
Another call for the offense.
That wasn't an RPO.
Let's see, we had the offense on the touchdown. We overruled that one, and we overruled the lineman downfield. It's just putting another offensive official on the field or up in the box. Unbelievable.
I like clock's running. I'm good with that. I like running the ball right here for a first down.
Yeah, they still got 3 timeouts. They got plenty of time.
They're running a sneak. The advantage, Jets just saw that they're running a sneak. I mean, you can see the way they were lined up. What if they audible or change it now? What's the key to stopping a quarterback sneak, Coach?
Well, it's penetration in the A-gaps or penetration over the center. But as we talked about with Allen, you got to be careful with him sneaking it outside. You know, you want the middle linebacker to kind of mirror the quarterback in whichever way he sneaks, come over the top and top him off so he can't reach the ball out, or, you know, can't go over the top of the pile for a first down. Right there where Sherwood is. Sherwood should just mirror the quarterback. There he is. He just can't get him.
I'd call one right here if I'm Buffalo. I'd call one right here if I'm Buffalo.
Call timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't think you need
big gap right there, right?
Under 1 minute. I get a shot.
Yeah. Give him a shot. Give him a chance. They call it? Is that catchable?
Uncatchable, wasn't it? It almost hit Kelsey over there on the sidelines.
Pass interference, defense, number 4. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul.
Yeah, you know what? There's almost no uncatchable balls in the NFL now. Doesn't matter how far overthrown it is.
Like he had his hand.
Yeah, I like giving him a shot. Reed's he's not as tall and rangy as Sauce, you know. It's one of those throws, that big receiver, give him a shot. That's a back shoulder guy, Pate. You kind of want to put it high for him.
Oh, good play there. Covered 2. Reed knew he had safety help. He just knifed inside on the snap. Watch the disguise. That safety's down there early like he's going in man. He goes back deep. Watch 22, right? He goes deep. Good play by Reed.
He could have blown that thing up.
Coleman's got to block him.
You can see Josh going, oh no. You throw that thing, you see.
Yeah, Coleman's first step ought to be to the inside, right, Bill? Protect where you know you're vulnerable, and then adjust.
Quarters, Pate. Little 2. Keeping the timeouts, right? There's no rush.
Yeah, they're rolling. Jets might call one.
They're reviewing if he caught that? What are they doing here?
Sure, give the offense a 4th timeout. Yeah, give him a 4th timeout. Yeah, let's review it. See whether or not he caught it. I mean, come on.
Snap it. You got 12.
12, free play. Throw it up.
Get off
you got
field.
the wheel. You got another flag?
That's a heads-up play by Josh Allen.
A second one,
He saw
too.
the defensive lineman. He saw the defensive lineman not off the field. Hurry, Omaha, some kind of buzzer word to tell the center, snap it now, and we get 12 men on the field. Free play.
Because we know under 2 minutes there's no match rules. Defense has to match on their own. There's nobody holds a snap for a match under 2 minutes. So, heads up play. Really a bad series by the Jets. All this penalty yardage. You know, again, that's one of the things with Coach Salah. I mean, that was a pretty disciplined defense. I don't know what happened this week. Maybe there's too much. I don't know. They've had penalties all night.
12 men on the field against defense. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, defense number 22. That penalty is accepted. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Yeah, Peyton, Eli, I'm not a big Jets fan, in case you don't know that. I like Fireman Ed, but that's it. But you know what? Coach Salah did a good job with that program. I mean, he brought in a culture, a level of toughness and competitiveness. Unfortunately, the offense, hasn't been what, a lot of quarterbacks last year and a little bit of a slow start. But I thought Coach Salah really did a good job with this team. And, they're probably not that far away from winning.
Yeah, I mean, one of these two teams is going to win the division. This game is probably going to be the deciding factor. There are two matchups, right? So it just seemed quite early to me to be making a head coaching change.
Yeah.
But Bill, you mentioned.
Bill, that's kind of what it's been there at the Jets. It barely won over 30% in the last 10 years. So, the owner being the owner, just ready, fire, aim.
But, Bill, you mentioned, in '99, you were the DC for the Jets. Parcells was the head coach. He stepped down. You replaced him for a day before resigning. We have a recreation of your resignation letter that we can show here. You wrote, quote, "I resigned as HC of the NYJ," and you wrote it on a napkin. Bill, looking back, which is stranger, that you resigned on a napkin or that you couldn't be bothered to write out the words head coach?
I was tight on space. Hey, look, Peyton, I was the head coach of the Jets twice. I was the head coach before Parcells came there, and I was the head coach after Bill resigned. Undefeated, unscored on, all right? My career as a coach of the Jets, it's unblemished. Never gave up a point.
Bill, you've never been a replacement coach, though, although I think you were a replacement coach in the Pro Bowl one time when Parcells didn't go, right? You were technically a replacement Pro Bowl head coach. Yes.
I was the replacement coach for the Pro Bowl. Yeah, Coach Parcells had a heart condition there and wasn't able to fly all the way to Hawaii. So, I was a substitute teacher. But that was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
A little pressure.
Run.
Stiff arm.
All the way.
No. Oh, he dropped it too.
Oh, no. They got it back. Sometimes, look, I love the fact that he's trying to throw it away, but sometimes when they got their arms around you, Eli, you just got to take the sack. Okay? I know we don't want to take it. Oh, he fell out of his hand.
I think he had the tight end. He's going to throw it to Kincaid. I think he started to throw it to Kincaid. It was right in front of him.
Oh, man.
Hey, Bill, if I recall, that year you were the replacement coach in the Pro Bowl. The head coach used to be able to bring one, player of his choosing. Didn't you bring Peter Boulware because Art Modell would have had to pay him $1 million bonus if he made the Pro Bowl just because you wanted to stick it to Modell? Is that true or is that legend?
Well, I selected Boulware as the bonus player because he was a good player. He was a good pass rusher, could play outside linebacker, and I thought he would help our team. Yeah, he had $1 million bonus. Yeah, he had $1 million bonus in his contract if he made the Pro Bowl, sure. And when he got there, he just walked across the room and handed me his credit card and said, "Okay, coach, this one's on me."
He went left. He scrambled left.
I love that play. He did go left. The Jets weren't expecting it. Eli, Bill, we talked about, I love how these receivers and tight ends come back to the direction that Josh is scrambling. He usually goes to the right, but now he goes left. Watch everybody. They're working left. Kincaid, Knox, everybody's coming that way. Awesome job.
Yeah, good job of breaking the tackle. They had him, just didn't wrap him up. That's a hard thing with this guy. It's not only having him, but then actually getting him on the ground and wrapping him up. He's a force in the red area. He's really a force.
Yeah.
He can do so many things.
That's where I like him running, Pate. Like down there, I don't mind him scrambling, running, because you create touchdowns. Like the open field, he's got to be careful. But there,
I'm telling you, if the Jets recover that fumble, I don't think you like it as much. But
yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
I think he's about to, he went under a guy. How do you, he just, do you practice that drill? Is that a drill like they have bags, you duck under? I never worked on that drill. Rolling left, duck under a guy, then throw a touchdown.
You know what, Peyton? I know you guys are kicking me out here at halftime, but I'm just telling you, this will be a big series for the Jets in the start of the third quarter. Buffalo's got a 10-point lead. They take it down and score again. They can put this game out of reach. So it's going to be a real big series for the Jets coming out at the start of the third quarter, and Buffalo gets the ball.
Yeah, we got a couple Jets fans coming on. Will Arnett, Jason Bateman in the third quarter. And we got your old pal Rex Ryan coming in the fourth quarter, Coach.
Well, Rex got a good perspective. He's coached both teams, been at both organizations, so he got a good perspective on this one.
Will do. Any message you want to give to him? Anything you want to say? We can pass it on.
Yeah, I love Rex. Rex's brother Rob coached for me at New England. So, and Buddy, Buddy was great. Learned a lot from Buddy. Watching that 46 defense, learned a lot about it when I went to the Patriots, and Rob was the linebacker coach there. So, yeah, all in the family.
Great job by Knox, working back to where I can't emphasize that enough. Receivers, when the quarterback's rolling left, we don't need to be going back to the other side of the field. Work back toward him, get downhill. You can tell, Bill, they work on that in practice. They're not winging it. They do scramble drills in practice, and it paid off right there.
Yeah, they're really good at it. See if Aaron can get him in a field goal range here. Zerline's got a big leg. If he can get him in a field, he might have a shot here if they can get the ball past midfield.
That's a stat builder right there.
I'm going to do it that way. Yeah. 2 yards.
One deep 20-yard break-in, don't you think, Eli?
Yeah.
Got to hit him on the run. Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Or throw it short and have somebody block one of the zone players.
They're playing kind of soft bait. And you can kind of do it down the field, like throw a little 7 or 8 yard crossing route, have the receivers really run down, then start blocking. Or you break one tackle, you can get close to the 20 yards.
They're going with a two-man rush. They're dropping 9. There you go. There it is.
There it is. Timeout.
Now I think you got to go hail. I mean, you can.
Well, it's
got
funny.
One chance.
I mean,
they're not going to give you a quick out, I don't think, right?
Yeah. See, this is one of those where I would call 2 plays. If they have the sideline defended, I'd throw the Hail Mary. If they're back there for the Hail Mary, I'd run a triple out or triple sideline and get it out of bounds and just check it based on what defense Buffalo's in here.
Yeah.
Because this is a really tough situation for the defense. If they play the Hail Mary, they can get the ball out of bounds. If they play the out of bounds, they don't have enough guys back there for the Hail Mary. And Rodgers just, I would just check it and throw it up.
He might. Bills are calling timeout here.
Yeah.
You saw he was going can. So it looked like that's what they did, Coach. They kind of had 2 calls. It looked like they're just kind of playing Tampa 2. It's not really a sideline. Yeah.
So, yeah, Aaron's
it's interesting.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you throw it up, you got 3-on-1 against a safety down there for the Hail Mary if you can block them. Or go high-low, and but you're going to end up throwing the ball low. It'll be a 60-yard field goal.
I mean, could you, with the Tampa 2, with that Mike linebacker being way out of there, could you throw a quick pop route to number 3 to the tight end? He gives himself up, hands it to the umpire, and you spike it with 1 second.
Not with 8 seconds. No. Not with 8. You need more than that.
You 3 are going right.
Did you do that in 8 seconds? Did y'all have an 8-second rule right there?
If you got a timeout, yeah. Not without a timeout. 2-man rush.
So.
I'd Hail Mary it. I would Hail Mary it.
He's got success with these. He caught it. He caught it. Oh, it came out. He caught it, and then it came out. He's going to give him the touchdown.
Boy, we got 1 set incomplete and 1 touchdown.
Hey.
He's saying he had it long
Aaron
enough?
Rodgers. Sure, he's going to give him a touchdown. It's offensive play, isn't it? I mean,
he does such a great job of buying time and giving them a chance to get down there.
Off the helmet. Look at that.
He's got
That's
it.
a touchdown.
And now it comes
That's a touchdown. I think that's a touchdown. Wow.
I'll tell you, Buffalo's had a lot of trouble with these end of the game type plays like this. He's got it. That's a touchdown.
I mean, Bill, what are you telling your defense? I know, they always say knock it down.
Knock it down.
Easier said than done, it seems like at times, but
well, that's why in that situation.
Do you blitz him? Do you blitz him so he doesn't have time to get the throw off?
Well, I mean, if you blitz them and you give up the quick out, they're in field goal range. I think.
Yep.
I think you got to get back there and put somebody that's big and can jump back there to take that away. It's
Josh Allen back there.
I tell you, like I said, it's a tough situation for the defense. I would check the defense. If all 3 guys are over there together, then I would play, some type of rolled coverage over there that could handle the Hail Mary and the triple out situation. But it's a great job by Aaron, great job by the Jets of having, the right play on, being able to go deep against this and not try to get the ball out of bounds, but just take advantage of the no pass rush and, 3 guys in the end zone. Great play.
Unbelievable. Hey, Bill, we'll see you next week.
Thanks,
Tampa,
Bill.
Baltimore. Thank you, man.